question back in front.
Beth Rigby, Sky News. Mr. Duncan-Smith, you said in this speech that being in the EU has led to an explosion of have-nots, low-pay workers losing out. The PM argued quite powerfully yesterday that those who think we would be better off outside the single market are both reckless and irresponsible. And he also said that leaving the EU would hurt ordinary people, it would hurt their jobs, it would hurt their livelihoods. So my question really is, do you think the Prime Minister's been dishonest with the British people about that, or is he just merely misguided?
I just don't agree with him over that, I'm afraid. And, you know, this is a debate, and people will have to take what they find. I think the speech I made today demonstrates categorically by the data produced and by the sense and fact. You go around these communities and you talk to people like this, as I have done endlessly, you will find there is a deep concern about what is happening to them as a result of uncontrolled migration, and also this huge wave of regulation that is poured down on the heads of small businesses, as I said, most of whom never do any business in European Union at all. I make this simple point. Therefore, in disagreeing, I actually believe that we will be economically better off because we're able to make the decisions that are necessary going in the future. And I think the choice here to be made is not about are there risks only with leaving, which is what the Remain group say, against absolutely everything steady and stable by staying in. I think the truth is the decision is about huge risks of staying in. I've already said some of them about, you know, entry of new states coming in much poorer, huge problems over migration being out of control, real issues about, you know, problems about controlling our borders against terrorism, being less secure as a result of all of that, and the economic crisis that is rumbling on and on and on in the European Union, causing massive levels of unemployment, high levels of inactivity and bank insolvency, and that is only going to get worse. Versus leaving, which of course, you know, we're going to be taking our own decisions to go in the future. And I don't say there won't be risk, but I say this, and this is the key point. On the balance of the two, I believe that Britain, this country, this United Kingdom, is better off facing the challenges of the future, and there will be challenges, by controlling its response to those challenges itself, through its democratic government elected and changed by people if we don't get it right. I believe we're better off by doing it ourselves than by having to give way to 27 other nations and more to come who may not have the same priorities as we do and who then make things happen that we may not want to happen. And you can see that in some of the trade negotiations, the trade deals, the regulations, the issues around the city being forced to be less competitive as a result of EU regulations coming down the track. My point is, if we are that independent nation, we're not leaving Europe. We're voting to leave the European Union. We will remain friends. We will be cooperating. We will trade. And we will get on defense matters and intelligence matters. And anybody tells you that is not true, they are simply telling you something which is wrong. The fact is, we will exist and be happy compatriots with all of our friends and neighbours. That is what makes us. And by the way, I'm fed up with British governments going over and carping and complaining in the European Union. I want to bring that to an end by having us have a much better relationship with them. So it's about who decides the future response to challenges that you face. I believe instinctively that the British people are brilliant enough to be able to take those challenges head on, and their government will act on their behalf and will be better off.